are going to do a flexibility series with a yoga strap. Before we get started, we have to loop the strap around the foot. So if you have the yoga strap with the double D ring, you want to put it through both, bring it over the first one and back through the other one. Yeah? So here, I actually want a nice large loop. When we go to stretch, it is much easier to hold the strap like this in the palm of your hand versus trying to hold it like this. That's why I want the big loop. So, to start with, we're going to put our foot through the loop. And as you can see, I have a nice big loop and I can just very easily hold it with my hands. And then if I want it smaller, I can just tighten it up a little bit. Okay, to start with, I want you to bend your knee into your shoulder just a few times. So we're gonna bend and stretch, bend and stretch. This helps your femur set into your hip socket before we actually start stretching. Then on your exhale, I want you to keep your quad nice and tight, like you're pulling your kneecap up towards your hip. You're gonna keep your quad tight. Exhale as you pull into that stretch. And then you're gonna inhale as you release. So exhale, pull it into you. We're gonna do each of these 4 times. This is number 2. Exhale, pull it in. Inhale, release. And here's the last one. Exhale, pull and release. Inhale. Now I want you to draw little circles on the ceiling. So see, it's so easy to grip the strap like this. I'm just easily hanging on to it. Making a few circles and then we'll go the other way. Reversing. And then side to side. So you're gonna open and then close like a windshield wiper. And then we're gonna come all the way open out to the side. So if I'm using my right leg, my leg's going open to the right. As you're here, I want you to think about exhaling and breathing into those areas that are really tight. So maybe think of your muscles like Swiss cheese and you're really sending that air, that breath into those tight areas, into the holes of the Swiss cheese. If that analogy works for you. And then you're gonna inhale as you come back up. And then we're gonna exhale and take it across. So you can either keep your hip on the floor if you want to just focus on the leg, but if you would like to add a spinal twist, then you can keep going. And again, we're just gonna hang out here for maybe 30 seconds. Just breathing into that tightness, allowing the body to relax. So if you have a nice long exhale, it helps that relaxation. And then if you look at my foot, if I have my toes in line with my leg, then I'm not gonna get as much of a stretch on the outside of my calf, but if I rotate and I'm turning the sole of my foot towards the floor, that's gonna help improve that stretch on the outside of my calf. When we're done, we're gonna come in, bring your other foot into the strap and switch. And then we're just gonna bring both knees in, take a nice little low back massage here, rolling the knees, and then reverse, coming in the opposite direction. And if you don't have a yoga strap for this at home, you're welcome to use a belt. If you find a belt, if it's not long enough to loop around like we've got here, that's totally fine. Just use what you got. All right, first knee is down, opposite leg is up, beginning with those knee bends. So exhale, pull that knee into your shoulder, inhale, release. We're not really stretching yet. So when you release your leg straight, I'm not in a stretching position here. So we're just bending, kind of setting the hip into the socket to begin with. All right, let's do one more of these. Next, again, we're gonna squeeze. As you squeeze that kneecap up, activating your quad, it's gonna help you release the hamstring and get that stretched on the back of the leg. So remember, you're gonna exhale, pull it towards you, inhale, release. Nice and gentle. We're not trying to overstretch. We're not trying to go all the way to the very ends of our flexibility. I believe we have one more here. So exhale, pull it in, nice and easy. Inhale, release. Here's the circles. So starting whichever direction you like first. There's no right or wrong here. And then you're going to reverse and go to the opposite side. Just be gentle with it. And then side to side in the windshield wiper, or you can think of it like you're drawing a rainbow with your foot. And then we're going to come all the way open to the side. And in this case, I've got a wall in my way, so maybe scooch over a little bit. And again, you're just trying to relax. You are using your arm to help you hold the strap so that your leg can relax into this position. So this is active for the arm, but passive for the leg. And then you're gonna inhale coming up, and then you're gonna exhale. I actually like to take my foot out to the side and kind of drop my knee in to help me stabilize. And then I'm gonna take my foot across my body. And again, if you wanna add that spinal twist and keep going, you're more than welcome to do so. Just breathing, remembering to hold the leg with the strap, that's why it's there. You want to think about turning the sole of your foot towards the floor, you can do that. All right, coming up and back in. And we're going to finish with another little hug, gently into the chest. Massaging the low back. You could also, if you wanted, take your knees in opposite directions. And then you're going to get more of a hip movement, just moving the hip joint as opposed to getting as much into the low back. And that is it for our stretching with the strap. Thanks for coming.